Welcome back to the Pittsburgh Sports Saviors. It is Thursday, September 4th, about 6:30. And Lee, today it's prediction day here in the
Yeah, yeah.
Pittsburgh Sports Saviors fine establishment. I don't know. Anyway, let's get right into it.
Let's get right into it.
Let's get these picks in. Let's see
Do
how
it.
we can do. I think last year we ended up picking different games, but ended up with the same record at the end. I don't know
Yeah,
where I'm going to go this year. I really honestly have not thought through the schedule yet until today,
yeah,
right here on the stream.
yeah.
So, uh, this week opens up at September 7th at the New York Jets, 1 o'clock game. Where are you looking on the opener of the season?
So I think that this is going to be an interesting game because it is I
Revenge
guess,
game.
a revenge game. Yeah,
For who, though?
For Aaron Rodgers and Justin Fields.
Yeah.
So
So who's got the edge?
I think I'm only going to give the edge to Aaron Rodgers only because he's the veteran quarterback in this game. Justin Fields didn't get to start as much with us last season. He did get to start for the Bears, but it wasn't maybe the organization out there in Chicago wasn't as great. When he was with us, he was, I think 4-2. I think he started 6 games, went 4-2 with us. And so this will be his first season on the new team. Of course, he would probably like to beat us, and of course, Aaron Rodgers would like to beat the Jets. I'm just going to give the edge only to Aaron Rodgers, only because he is the veteran quarterback in this game, and he has the experience. I think the game. I think it'll be a win for the Steelers in Week 1.
I'm with you. I think it's going to be a win for the Steelers. I hope that Fields has some success this year. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think he's a Super Bowl guy, and I think it's going to hurt him being with the Jets this year. I don't think they have the supporting cast in place that'll really help him the same way that he had here with Pittsburgh. The 4-2. And that doesn't even mean weapons-wise. I think they have a lot of good weapons in New York, but I just don't think the support system is as good in New York. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers had a weird year there last year. I mean, if you look at the numbers aren't that bad, but it just was seen by almost everyone as a failure of the season. But I think even though the quarterbacks are the big talk of this game, it's going to be more about other things that are around there. That I think the Steelers just have a better team.
Yeah,
and that'll be the difference. Even though it's in New York, home opener, you never know.
Yeah.
Speaking of home openers, next game in the schedule is Seattle at home at 1 p.m. on September 14th. What are you thinking here? New quarterback in Seattle, right?
Yeah, I think it was Sam Darnold, I think.
Yep.
And it's another. Is this another revenge game for DK?
Yeah, I guess so. Right?
Yeah. I think only because of. I think Seattle might be rebuilding. Geno Smith was there, and now he's with Las Vegas with Pete Carroll now. And Sam Darnold. He did well with the Vikings.
I think Darnold's an upgrade, honestly.
Yeah, but, for sure.
I'm not a Geno hater, but I do think Darnold's a little better.
Yeah, I agree. I just think it's a new system for him. He did do well with the Vikings, and I do think that the Seahawks are kind of rebuilding. I do think. I think this could be a closer game, but I think I might just give the edge only to the Steelers, only because I think that they do have a better roster overall than the Seahawks. It'll be a close game, but I think I'm going to give the edge to the Steelers here.
Yeah, I think Steelers going to end up 2-0. I do also feel like this is a game, one of the games on the schedule I'm most confident in. If that makes sense. Just I think they got to eat early on. And,
Yeah.
This is the one that home game. to start the season. 1 o'clock game for a West Coast team. I just think there's a lot of things in favor of the
Yeah.
Steelers here, so I'm gonna give them that one here too.
Yeah, for sure.
Next week, a game that we used to call a rivalry, but at this point, the pieces are just gone from New England. But former Steeler Mike Vrabel is the new head coach. It is in Foxborough, a place the Steelers probably have some sad stories to tell. In.
Yeah.
But honestly, a lot of those were at home. A lot of those big losses were at home for the Steelers. But either way, New England, September 21st. How you feeling about this one?
To be honest, I think this might be the easiest game on the schedule. You know what I mean?
I went on that whole spiel about Seattle, but
I think this is the easiest game, and I think out of all the games they do play, this might be the one the Steelers blow a team out. Just to be honest, again, this is another team that's definitely really rebuilding. They haven't been the same since Tom Brady left, and now Bill Belichick is gone, and like you said, Mike Vrabel is the new head coach there. They've been struggling the past few seasons since Tom Brady has been gone from that team. It's just crazy to see how one player can actually change the whole dynamic of a team, you know. But I think, like I said, I think this is the easiest game on the schedule, and I think that the Steelers definitely get a 3-0 start to the season here.
I do worry about the trap game feel, whatever you want to call it. It's not really a trap game because it's not like a tough game afterwards, but I do think that Vrabel's a pretty good coach, and got a little bit of a bad end there in Tennessee. But like you said, the rosters I mentioned with the Jets, the Steelers just have a much better roster than I do think Drake May has shown flashes, and he might be able to take a step forward this year too. But in general, I just expect the Steelers to win this game, even though road games are tough, especially in Foxborough. But I'll give the Steelers the win there too.
Yeah.
So next up is the Ireland game, 9:30 a.m. start against the Minnesota Vikings. I think you want to play the Vikings early this season, especially with J.J. McCarthy trying to settle himself in there. You'd expect also Jordan Addison's going to be on suspension early. I think he comes back for this game. I think it's a 3-game suspension. But they're going to still be trying to figure out their offense. Obviously, you have Justin Jefferson, who's the top receiver in the league in my eyes. A lot of people have Jamar Chase over him, but not me. I think that's a good fun matchup to see in Ireland. Nice to be able to wake up at 9:30 and just watch football for the whole day. I'm going Pittsburgh again. We're going to start 4-0.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to go 4-0 as well. I think they get this win here too. I do like their coach. They did do well last season. They do have a very good team. I think that they are, definitely getting past some part of a rebuild. Justin Jefferson, he is definitely top 5, maybe even top 3 receiver in the league right now. So he's going to be a problem.
Who's your top 5 if he's not? Who's your top 3 if he's outside of it?
I don't know. Maybe he's the best one. I don't know. Like you said, people put Jamar Chase over him. People put might even put I don't know. I guess that's
next week the Steelers have a bye.
Top 2.
Yeah, top 2, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Steelers have a bye the next week, and then they go and have a home game against Cleveland October 12th. It's another 1:00 game. So the earliest start, I shouldn't say that like that. First 5 games are all day games, if you'd say. Even if I guess 9:30 a.m. might be prime time somewhere over in Ireland. But Cleveland Browns, at this point, their quarterback situation, I wonder what it's going to be. Joe Flacco starting the year off, either through health, win-loss record, and everything. Do you expect him to still be the quarterback that day? I think it's still early enough that he'll be there, though.
Yeah, I think so, too. I think it's week 5 is still early enough, barring anything that may happen those first 5 weeks. But I do definitely foresee him being the quarterback. I don't think Joe Flacco really has a great record against us. Maybe he does. but
if I had to guess, it's probably close to 500.
probably close to 500. Yeah. The Browns are a team as of lately that we have had troubles with, just with it being a division game. Where did you say this one was at? Is this in Cleveland?
This is a home game.
This is a home game. Okay. I just give us the edge only because we're at home, and then depending on the quarterback situation, I mean, I think it's a possibility that, I think we win this game, but I think this one will probably be, of all the games we play, I think this one will be the closest game. Maybe come down to a field goal at the end, but I think I'm going to put them at a 5-0 start here.
I'm going to give them a loss here. I'm going to say they come back from Ireland, even with the week off, they come back and lose. Just going to find they're not going to go undefeated, so I'm just finding losses on the board. Home versus road against Cleveland, I don't think is that much of a big deal. I think they play each other enough that home field advantage kind of like disappears in these rivalry games a little bit more than you'd expect. Yeah, I think I just had that feeling. I can't put a thing on it. Obviously, Myles Garrett on the defensive side is going to be a game wrecker. It could be one of those games where Aaron Rodgers is getting hit a little bit more than he would normally. But, yeah, I'm going to go first loss here with the Cleveland Browns. Next game is the Thursday night game, just 4 days later at Cincinnati. I'm going to put them down here as another loss. I'm going to go 2 straight losses, 2 division opponents for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, I'm going to put them for a loss here too. I think this is where they'll get their first loss, only because of the short week. Again, another division game. I know that I think I've seen a little bit of Cincinnati Bengals. The line isn't that great for Joe Burrow, but I do think with the short week right like that, I think that the Steelers are not going to be able to win back-to-back division games in a short period like that, and I think this is going to be their first loss of the season here.
Next up, Green Bay at home, Sunday night game, coming off of a loss in my eyes to Cincinnati and your eyes, I guess. I think this is going to be a win for the Steelers, and it's going to be the revenge game, obviously, for Aaron Rodgers. Even without the Rodgers thing, I think this is the type of game where the Steelers historically would come out and actually blow a team out on a Sunday night primetime game. I think that they win double digits here. That's my prediction on September 4th for October 26th. Put your bets in now.
Oh, okay.
Take Steelers -10 at least. If you can find it at your local bookie, that's a lock of the fucking season. Pittsburgh Steelers -10 Sunday night, October 26th against the Green Bay Packers.
All right, I like it. I'm gonna say this is a win as well. I just I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think it's going to be a closer game. I think that the Packers do have a decent team, and Jordan Love is a very good quarterback. Again, it is another revenge game for Aaron Rodgers, but I think that the Steelers are going to want to come out and win this game only because their pride's going to get hurt and get a beat, from the Bengals from the game prior. So I do think that the Steelers do win this game and go on to be 6-1 here.
6-1. Next up is Indianapolis. You got that 6-1. Wait until you get to about week 11. You're gonna be. I think you're gonna have an 11-1 here, which is crazy. But Indianapolis home game again. I think Indianapolis's quarterback situation is a mess. I think the Steelers are gonna win this one too. And I think we're gonna get a little stretch here of games where the Steelers play really well. Home game, like I said already. I'm gonna repeat myself. I think the Steelers win this one in Indianapolis. At home. This is at home. Sorry.
I'm going to take this one as a loss. I think that they're going to lose this one.
That's called mind control.
No, I think they're going to lose this one. They've struggled the past, 2 games against Indianapolis and have not been able to beat them, regardless of their quarterback situation or not. I just don't. I think that this is going to be another loss for them. I think that that they have struggled with this team and just have not figured it out lately. And I think that this is going to be one of those teams that the Steelers may have trouble with going down the road for a little bit until they can figure it out. And I think that this just may be another loss for them here.
Well, who do you think will be the quarterback in that game? Daniel Jones is named the starter. Do you think he makes it that long into the season, or does Richardson get another shot?
I think at this point it's going to be Richardson. I really do. I think that Daniel Jones is probably going to start off a little bit, maybe 1-2 games. He's going to look good, and then he's going to go back to being the Danny Dimes we saw in New York, and he's just going to be shit in the bed. And I think that they're gonna put Richardson in here at this point.
Next up is a Sunday night game at the Chargers. Of course, Jim Harbaugh in Los Angeles. Justin Herbert, a tough guy to play against. I think they're going to have a great running game this year, too. I'm going to still give the Steelers the win in prime time over the Chargers. Like I said, I think we're going to go on a little bit of a run here, and I'm going to give them the win over the Chargers.
I'm going to take this as another loss. They're going to go 2 losses in a row here. I think they're going to lose this game. The Chargers are, I think, going to be a playoff contender this year, and I think that they're going to have a very good roster and a very good team. And I think this is going to be my prediction here. I think the Steelers are going to lose this game and come to the wild card. I'm saying it right now. They're going to rematch them in the wild card game. But I think they're going to lose this game, and I think they're going to rematch them in the wild card game.
Do you think it's going to be at home in the wild card, or is it still going to be on the road?
I think it's still going to be on the road.
Do you have the Chargers winning the division?
No, but I just think that they may have a better record than us to where we're playing in LA.
All right, I get it. Cincinnati next week. I don't see them losing both games to Cincinnati, so I'm gonna go with the Steelers here again. Like I said, they're gonna get hot. They're gonna get hot late October into November. The Steelers are gonna be on a roll, and that's gonna keep going at home against Cincinnati at 1:00 November 16th. I don't think Cincinnati's that great of a team, but okay, that Thursday night game I think will be tough for them on the road, right after Cleveland. This will be different. They'll have some more time. Be ready there, and I think they'll win this one.
Yeah, I think they're going to get this win here. I don't think they're going to lose to them twice. So I think that they'll rebound from the game, prior with them in the season, and I think they're going to turn that one around and win this game.
Mm-hmm. So next up is Chicago. I think this is up there with the easier games on the schedule, but it could change by then if Ben Johnson's the real deal. A lot of people actually break the fall back a little bit without their coordinators this year. And if anyone's going to fix Caleb Williams, it might be Ben Johnson. I still think the Steelers will go into Chicago and win that.
Yeah, I think this is a win. Aaron Rodgers owns Chicago, especially when he was with the Packers. I don't know if you've probably seen the meme, I own you, So I think he's just going to go out and be Aaron Rodgers against them, and I think that we're going to win that game as well.
Okay. That hot streak I talked about, it's about to end. We go to Buffalo. Home game against Buffalo, November 30th, 4:25. It's our first 4:25 game of this season. I just think Buffalo's a top-tier team, and the Steelers are a tier below. And this is going to be a game that they struggle. Even at home, I think it's going to be an ugly loss for the Steelers.
Yeah, I think the Steelers are losing this game. I just don't think right now they can compete with Buffalo. Buffalo may have the best record, and they may be number one in the division or in the AFC this year. I think they might be the number one seed. I just think they just have a very great coach, very great overall team. One of the best quarterbacks in the league right now. And I just don't foresee the Steelers beating them right now.
Yeah, I think Josh Allen's going to have a great year.
Mm-hmm.
By the time this video comes out, you'll see who my Super Bowl prediction is, and it's going to be Buffalo.
Oh.
But next up is Baltimore at Baltimore, December 7th, 1:00 p.m. I'm giving another loss for the Steelers here. We know the whole thing with the Ravens and everything. The Steelers have had Lamar Jackson's number more than any other team really. But I still think the Ravens will win this week.
I agree. We've talked about it, like you just said. The Steelers have been able to contain him normally, but I just think that they're starting to kind of figure out the scheme that we have against Lamar, and I just think that the Steelers are going to lose this game. It's the rival. I think it's the best rival in the NFL right now, but I don't see the Steelers winning this game. I see them taking another loss here at this point.
Next up, Miami comes into Pittsburgh in December. Miami's never great when they come up north late in the season. Hopefully, it's a snow game here. Prime time Monday night. It'll be fun to see snow. But yeah, I think the Steelers will win this one, but not very confidently on this one. But I'll go with Pittsburgh over Miami, December 17th.
Yeah, I'm going to take a win here too. I think that as we saw them in that game in Kansas City, they didn't do well in the cold. I think that this is going to be one of those games where the Steelers upset a very talented team. I think they have a good roster, but I think that the Steelers take a win here and try to get back into the winning side of the season here.
Next up is at Detroit, Sunday, December 21st. I'm going Detroit. I think I'm going Detroit here. I'm a big Dan Campbell guy. I think even if they have some slow start to this season as they try to get their coordinators in place, by this time of the year, they'll be going along, mowing along, whatever you want to say. So I got Detroit, December 21st of this deal.
I'm going to take an upset here. I'm going to take the Steelers beating the Lions here. I think that Aaron Rodgers has seen them enough and played them, with the many years that he's played with the Packers. I do think that the Lions, I could see them being the number one seed in the NFC this year. And I think they have a very great head coach. I do like Dan Campbell as well. They have a very good team. But I'm going to take an upset here in the Steelers giving them one of the losses that they're going to have this season. And I think I'm going to take the Steelers on a win here.
I like it. Next week will be at Cleveland. I think you had them beating Cleveland at home. What do you have them doing here in Cleveland?
I think they may lose this game. Okay. I just don't think they're going to beat them twice. I just don't. I think that they're going to lose this game. It's going to be they're going to come off of thinking that they're all high and mighty off of a win against the Lions, and then they're going to shit the bed here against the Browns. And we might even see Shador at this point, to be honest, at this time of the season. But I think that the Steelers are not winning this game and beating the Browns twice this season.
I have them getting swept by the Browns. I think I'm taking the Browns here. I don't know. I don't know.
I hear you. Hey,
it's rough, but
the
loss is going to come somewhere. Mm-hmm. I don't think this team's going to be a 13-4 team or 12-5 team. So
yeah,
I think the losses are going to come somewhere, and I'm going to give them the loss here.
Yeah,
against Cleveland. Mm-hmm. So that leaves Baltimore, Week 18. I think we both have the Steelers at 10-6 at this point in the season. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So we both have them at 10-6. I have them losing 2 straight games going into this last game. You thinking they're going to figure it out and win this last game to maybe clinch a playoff spot, or what do you think?
Yeah, I think this will be the deciding factor. I think they'll win this game. I don't think they'll lose to Baltimore twice. I think that this will be the game that decides them making the playoffs, and I think they're really going to play this game and actually win. I just see them splitting the division, going 3-3. But I do think that they're going to come off of that loss in that division game against the Browns, and they're going to, Tomlin's going to give one of his speeches that he gives for the last game of the season, and I think the Steelers are going to come out and maybe play one of their best games of the season, and they're going to win this game to get themselves into the playoffs.
Yeah, so right now I have them at 1-4 in the division. That's a little crazy at my point. So I'm going to go with a win here in Baltimore, or that's at home.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I swear we don't try to do this, but we both end up at 11-6. It's kind of goofy that we do
It is.
find a way to do that, but
Yeah.
11-6. I expect you see that as a wild card team. You already mentioned the Chargers game,
Yes. Yes.
so I agree. I think that's not going to be enough to win the division. By the time this comes out,
Yeah.
we'll already noted that. I think that Baltimore wins the division again. I just think that they got some things going on there that have been solid for the last few
Yeah.
years.
Yeah. I think that I think winning this game is what's going to put them in a wild card game here.
So take Watt out of the equation. Who's your defensive player for the Steelers this season?
You know what? I'm gonna go with Jalen Ramsey. I think that he is going to have a great season. I think that of course he showed a little personality in that last game and that preseason game where he slammed the guy after the whistle. But I think he wants to be here in Pittsburgh, and I think that he's going to actually shine this season. I think he's going to probably have one of his best defensive seasons. I know he's a little older, but I think that he's going to play very well. And I think behind Watt, I think he'll be the second best defensive player on the team this year.
I'm gonna go out on a limb. I was gonna go Patrick Queen, but just to have fun. Do I want to do this? I don't know.
Do it.
I'm a coward. I'm gonna just go with Patrick Queen.
What can you do?
I was thinking about going Wilson. That's what I was thinking about going.
There's a nice little dark horse there.
Yeah. I think he's gonna have a good season, but I'm also worried about his health.
Yeah.
Long term. I mean, he's only 25, but I think he's going to be a game wrecker when he's out there. I just my concern is how long he's going to be out there for the Steelers. It's going to be interesting to see what all they got going on. There's going to be a great pass rush all year.
Yeah,
I think they're going to make get some turnovers. Hopefully, back without. You mentioned Ramsey, and Ramsey's really good at doing that. So I wrote his name in here as Ransom.
Ransom.
Yeah, not even Ransom.
Yeah.
Ramson.
Yeah.
How about offenses?
I think he's gonna have a good year. Roman Wilson. I think
he's gonna have.
I'm gonna go him.
The player of the year. Okay.
I'm gonna have him. I think him missing out last season. I think he's gonna come out and kind of shine this season. I think he's gonna be a top 10 wide receiver in the league this season.
Roman Wilson.
I'm putting it. What day is it? September 4th.
September 4th.
2025 at 7:00.
If he makes a Pro Bowl, I think you're win.
All right.
If he makes a Pro Bowl,
all right,
you're right.
I'm putting him top 10 in the season.
So where do you have
wide receiver?
DK?
I think that he'll be the second best.
On the so you have him like a top 15 receiver?
Yeah, I have a top 15.
Okay.
Yeah, top 15.
I'm gonna go with Jalen Warren.
Jalen Warren. Okay.
I think he's gonna take over for Najee, and he's gonna play well. Preseason was a little scary there. The last game, it seemed like he was a little out of whack, but I think he's gonna get a lot of touches in the run game, in the passing game. I think Caleb Johnson to be helpful to give him some rest, so he doesn't have to do 30 touches a game, but I think he's going to get a good 20 to 25 catches per game.
Yeah.
Play pretty well and end up having a Pro Bowl season. So that's my guy.
All right.
And then one final prediction is Mike Tomlin. Is this his last season with the Pittsburgh Steelers, or do you think he's going to be going on past this year?
The way things have been going with him, a lot of people are very upset with him and the way things are going. And I think that if they lose one more playoff win without advancing in the wild card, I think this may be his last season. But I just think,
Not so fast.
but I just think that because of just how the culture of the Pittsburgh Steelers are and is, he will be here the following season.
Yeah, I think that a lot of that, for some reason, has gone away. I don't know what the reasoning is exactly, but especially to go 11-6,
Mm-hmm.
get away from that 9-8, 10-7 kind of deal. I think the whispers will go away. I don't
Mm-hmm.
think he wants to go anywhere. I think he's cool sticking it in Pittsburgh. So yeah, I think he'll be here next year, and I think you're going to see him honestly for a few more years.
Yeah.
I don't know what changed for me from last year, but I don't know. I
Yeah.
think it's the case nowadays though. But there we go. Do you want to say how far in the playoffs they're going?
Yeah, we can. We can
Yeah,
do
go
it.
ahead. Give me your prediction.
I'm saying it today. The
Uh-huh.
Steelers are going to play the Chargers in the wild card. They're going to beat the Chargers in the wild card.
Uh-huh.
But because they're going to be such a low seed, they're going to play the Bills in the division round and lose to the Bills
So Bills lost
in the division round.
in divisional round.
Yeah.
I
But I think they'll get over the hump and win the wild card game and get a playoff win this year.
Yeah, I think I'm going to give them the playoff win too. I'm not going to predict who they're going to lose to or who they're going to beat, but yeah, I'm going to go division round loss. I just don't think they're on the level of that upper echelon of the AFC. The AFC is so stacked, especially when you compare it to the NFC right now.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, Kansas City, Baltimore, Buffalo, I just think they're a little bit better than the Steelers and whoever they play amongst those teams. I think that they would be an underdog and likely lose that game. So I'm
Yeah.
going division round loss, just like you.
Yeah.
11-6, just like you. This is great for debate for sure.
Yeah.
Now
for
give me
sure.
your top 5 receivers.
Justin Jefferson, I think, is number one.
You don't have to do that now. You didn't think that.
No,
a second ago.
well, I'm just saying. I mean, Jamar Chase is fucking phenomenal. He's
So-
a great.
So do you have Jamar Chase number 1, or do you have Justin Jefferson?
I have
number
Justin Jefferson number 1.
1? All right, because before you weren't even. Sure
I
if he was top three.
only said that because there are people that are controversial in how they feel with
I
some
thought
of
you
the
were giving
players.
your opinion. I thought you were giving your.
No, I was just giving an overall consensus opinion.
Oh,
My opinion, he's the best wide receiver in the game right now. You know, it's crazy. He has his own cereal at our store.
What's it called? JJ's.
I think it's Justin Jettis.
Okay.
Yeah.
I honestly though, he might not have a great season with McCarthy.
Mhm.
Probably going to change the offense up and see a little bit more running game. But I do think he's the best receiver. He's had health issues.
Yeah.
Jamar Chase had an amazing season, but I don't think he's better.
I don't think so either.
That is our predictions for the 2025 Pittsburgh Steelers. Lee, have a good night.
Yep. We'll see you.